Okay. Couple of things. I had to actually do a couple queries. But we're trying to do the server side of it. I did as you may recall, I did a sort by two mechanism on the client side and just left it because we have to do some server side stuff. So I stopped it. And then I had a repository and I created an order by for all the fields of student, right? Find all by order by ID, by order by name, order by major, order by advisor, order by GPA, right? Not very exciting. We do need to create an endpoint. And I actually am going to copy one. It's the easiest way to go. And I gotta find the endpoints. Sorry. It's easier if I just do this. Post. Oh yeah, login. All right. This is the one I want. And I'm just gonna copy it. Right? Right. So we're gonna do everything we did before. Except we're gonna add an order by, right? Just like we did here. And you're gonna go right field, right? And I'm just going to say order by, right? And then it's going to have path variable, and it's going to be a field, right? Not very, this is not very exciting. I apologize. And it is very, very, very copy and paste. I should have actually grabbed the next method, but this will work. So we're going to go field. We want the field and bing, bing, bing. Okay. So it's going to be the same as a get mapping. It's going to get all students, right? That's the only difference. This is where we're going to actually check. You see, we have the find by advisor. We're going to ignore that because we'd have to do this twice, and I don't really wish to do that. And additionally, we'd actually have to add find by advisor, and then we'd have to add the order bys. I don't wish to do that, so I'm not going to. But for here, we can check essentially. This is Java, right? So I can do equals SID instead of roster equals find all. I'm going to go find all by SID, right? And I'm only going to do a couple of these because I don't want to spend all day doing this, but else if field, actually, I'll do them all. It doesn't take long to do. What is it? Not advisors, the next one. Name. Roster. Oh. Yeah. Roster equals, it's the same thing. Shouldn't be typing all this, by the way. Find by, whoops, find all, and then its name, right? Think. Now I'm going to cheat because now I can cheat, right? Now at this point, we can actually, oops, excuse me, I want to do this. There we go. Boom. Boom. So we have name. We're going to have major. We're going to have advisor. And shoot, I need one more. Apologize. And then we need an else, right? So if the field is not one of these things, right? The field isn't SID, it isn't name, it isn't major, it isn't advisor, it isn't GPA, right? What are we going to do? Right? Well, a couple of things. One, we're just going to return. We'll see that in a minute. This is major. This is advisor. This last one is GPA. So what I want to do, if it's else, I'm just going to return the roster, right? Go find all, bink. I'm just going to return a roster. Boom, right? Pretty simple. Nothing special there. We really want to keep it simple. Now we have an extra endpoint. Yay! So I'm going to go ahead and run it. It should run. The endpoint is pretty basic, so I don't think that it's going to fail, but I'm going to double check it. And then I'm going to go to my student service, and we have a get all students. So we're going to have two get all students. right? Get all students by order by right? And it's going to have a string field. I say that I did it again backwards, right? That's going to be a string, right? And then the student's URL plus, I'm already brain farting. Come on, Ruth. There we go. Order by and another plus, and then we're going to add that field on, and that is going to be that URL. Do we need the credentials? We don't, because we fixed it with the interceptor, I believe. So we don't really need that. Okay, that should be good there. We're going to check. We're going to keep checking, by the way. So just be aware, we're going to keep checking. I'm going to double check this, and it didn't run. There was a problem. Oh, it didn't run because it was already running. That's usually a failure. So I'm going to just double check the student controller here, and I'm verifying the path, order by, and then the field. And as we can see, that should match up here, and you see the order by and then the field, right? Right. Okay, that's running. We'll make sure this guy's output is running, and it looks like, yeah, we're running. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to come back here, and we have this guy. So we're going to go back to finally get back to our student list component, and we're going to start playing around with this. Okay, so what we're going to essentially do is we're going to update this guy. Okay, and you're like, wait, what? I'm going to explain in a minute. Okay, right? We're going to have a field. That's going to be a string, and it's going to be equal an empty string to begin with, right? Right. And then we're going to have if field, oops, should be this field. If it's not an empty string, right? What we're going to do is we're going to have an else, right? And then we're going to set you, right? Yes. We're going to set you here, and we're going to set you this. So we're going to go order by, I believe, and then we're going to say this dot field, right? And it's going to update the list data. Yes. Ta-da! It's going to update the list data based on the field. So ultimately what these guys do is set, right? And you're like, wait a second, should I be doing that? No, I do not need to. But the way I oriented it, I really should. So, and then if it's something else, for whatever reason, I want to set it blank, right? For any reason, it's something else, I want to make it blank. You never want to leave these off, right? Advisor, GPA, we have SID, bing, bing, bing. We want to make sure it's running. And yeah. So then the last thing we want to do is this guy. Okay. So now we're going to do at the end of our sort by field, we're going to go ahead and hit it this. Now it's going to actually update the list data. Right now, nothing actually connects to it because we didn't do anything with it. But let's go to everywhere. And this is going or should take longer because we have to go and get it from the server. Okay. Here's your list. It should, in fact, get it from the server. Then you can see it's making those calls. Right. Very little change, to be honest with you. Right. But if you had a long list, the order by method that we just did through the server would be much, 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 much more efficient. If you have a small list, the order by using the Angular works great. But if you have a large list, you really want to use the server. And that just creates another endpoint and doing literally what I just did. Okay, so I did change the Angular endpoints at this point. So I'm going to do a couple things. I'm trying to remember what I got to do. Oh yeah. So I'm going to do change a couple endpoints here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the system again so that it builds with this code and all those things. So when I submit it, you can see the distributed code as well. And I'll just make sure that's available. All right, thank you guys. I think I have a couple minutes. I'm going to talk a little bit about what else Angular and Spring Boot are used for these days. And we'll talk a little bit about that sort of future directions. I don't know if I have a ton of time to do that, but if I don't, we have time on 12/7. All right, thanks.